family that has come out. His family have been in every day, 6 children, his mother. We understand that the jury will return around about 1 p.m. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers have said that he should be allowed to walk out of court. Their argument on the
Free Diddy. Told y'all.
the more serious charges, and that he should be released to go live at his home in Florida on a $1 million bond, which has been secured by his family members in the room. So we'll about 1 p.m. my time, which is in about 3 hours' time, to see what the judge makes of that, if the judge will allow Sean Diddy Combs to potentially walk out of court today.
Nomia, yes, we saw the family there leave the court, and as you were saying, Nomia, the family had been by his side.
Free Diddy.
Where we had so many difficult details, and once again, just reminding our audience, some of the details that we will be speaking about are difficult to hear, quite frankly. We know that the mood in the court was extremely emotional after the jurors acquitted Combs of the most serious charges of racketeering and sex trafficking, and he then hugged his lawyer and walked out of the courtroom for one of the last times in this case. Arguably, we're yet to have the sentencing, but at the moment, his team want him to be released on bail. Rihanna Croxford continues to be with me in the studio. Rihanna, you've been doing so much work on this. We saw the family leave. It's got to be said that they have been...
They have. I mean, there's been lots of reports coming out of the courtroom about how he has been praying with his family. They've been turning up every day in support of him. Even just yesterday, there were reports in US media that he'd said to his mum in the courthouse canteen, you know, it's going to be okay. So they have stood by him all the way through this 7-week trial. And yes, he has been acquitted of the most serious charges, but we can't forget that his reputation has forever been tarnished. These are some of the most serious allegations that somebody could face. This is a man who was once considered the king of hip-hop. He was the man who brought rap into the mainstream in the 1990s, a genre now worth billions. In the US, his record label Pop is a man who has expanded his empire over the past 30 years into fashion and alcohol, and even his own TV company. I mean, just a few years ago, he was standing up, given Lifetime Achievement Award. So this conviction will tarnish his reputation going forward. But what's left to see now is just what happens when it comes to his sentencing.
And we await that, and of course also this deliberations that are now taking place as to whether he'll be released on a $1 million bond. Just when it comes to the verdict, and I'm going to go through them one more time. It's just worth reminding that this huge figure within the music industry, and across, I think you can say arguably across all genres, not just hip-hop, not just rap. He was such a huge figure. Sean Diddy Combs, he was accused of this sex trafficking operation, but he has been found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy, not guilty of the sex trafficking of Cassandra, guilty of the sex trafficking of a woman who was named as Jane, whose pseudonym was named, but he was found guilty of the transportation to engage in prostitution related to Cassandra Ventura and guilty of the transportation to engage in prostitution relating where the jury had the biggest difficulty. They didn't come to a decision immediately. We knew that there were four. They came to a decision on 4 of those charges yesterday, but we awaited today for that 4th decision, that 4th verdict. They found him not guilty. His defense, they continuously sought to undermine that allegation of
Diddy's
racketeering.
going home.
Absolutely.
Today, as soon as they drop the bond for him. Let's go.
Maximum sentence of life in prison. But you're right, we had this partial verdict reached yesterday where we knew that the jury had come to a decision on sex trafficking and also transportation to engage in prostitution, but not racketeering.
Rihanna, we're going to hear some statements now outside the court.
And we're just pleased that that he still faces substantial jail time. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. How much time? Doug Wigdor, W-I-G-D-O-R. Well, each is faces up to 10 years on each. I'm not sure what the sentencing guidelines are given the various different things, but I'll leave that up to the government and the defense to argue, but incarceration.
How will you feel if he walks out on bail?
That's up to the judge. I don't have a personal vested interest in this case. Whatever the appropriate thing to do under the law is what should be done. And at the end of the day, he needs to the understanding of that is that he faces significant incarceration. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So that was Cassandra Ventura's lawyer there speaking. Rihanna, obviously, there's going to be disappointment, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, the statement we just heard from Cassandra Ventura's lawyer is that they're just pleased that he faces substantial jail time. Now, she was the prosecution's star witness, arguably the person who kick-started this process. I mean, if we go back all the way to
Yeah. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit that bell icon. That's the notification bell that alerts you all content that will drop to my YouTube channel. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the AKA the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV will appreciate that. We on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Come on, let's go. Let's get this channel. Let's get the 4,000 subscribers. I've been putting that work in. Let's go. Let's get me to 4,000 subscribers. I'm trying to build one of the strongest YouTube communities on this channel. Let's build it. We brick by brick. You see where we're going. We on the way up. Also, make sure you go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. We on the way to 800. You know what to do. Let's go. Let's go get the 800 subscribers. Then let's go get 1,000 subscribers on my second YouTube channel. I told you I'm not playing any YouTube streaks. We're coming to get it. We're coming to get it. We're going to be one of the biggest YouTube platforms on here. Stop playing. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. And you know what to do. Hit that cash out. Appreciate everybody who continues to donate to the channel. Don't stop. Like Diddy say, I'm telling y'all, take that money and put that in my cash app. $ all caps SRED 40. Where are we in the building? It's a great day. It's a motherfucking great day. You see it? You see it? Come on, you see it. Listen, hit the link. Hit the link. Anybody want to pull up? Hit the link. The link is pinned in the comment section. Pull the fuck up and let's talk about. Yo, you see it? He's not guilty. Facts. I just found out. You know it. You know it. I know it, bro. I told you we're going to be laughing. I told y'all. That's the reason why S.L.R. Media TV, we don't play over here. We speaking facts over here. We are not afraid at all. We're going to speak our shit. We're going to talk our shit. We ain't going to be like Nancy Grace, Tessa Tell, and the rest of them motherfucking Diddy haters. Shout out to the Diddy haters. Ha ha. Hey, Tessa Tells, you just don't listen. Go ahead and cut your YouTube off. Don't nobody hear a motherfucking thing you or Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace, take all them goddamn Tootsie Rolls and shove them motherfuckers all up in your motherfucking face and in your mouth. Yeah, he's not guilty. He's not guilty. He's not guilty. And I told y'all. I told y'all. I told you. Listen, I stand on business on my motherfucking platform. I'm not backing down for nothing. I stand on business. I told y'all that. That's the reason why y'all fuck with me. That's the reason why y'all come to my platform for the content, because I stand on business. And I continue to told y'all, not guilty. Not guilty. Let's motherfucking go. The government fucked up. See, the government thought the jurors were dumb. They thought they were dumb. They don't know law. They thought the jurors were going to believe their life. There's only one person. It's only one person. You know, but the prosecutors over here throwing out names and shit. You know what I'm saying? KK. You know what I'm saying? D-Rock and all this shit. Where they at? Where they at? If you really want to put Diddy away, you'd have had KK and D-Rock and Mr. Pauly on the fucking stand pointing their fingers at Diddy as the bad guy. But you didn't. You didn't. You thought the jurors were going to buy into your lies and your deceit and your guilt or try to put a man away just because he's a freak. Cassie played herself and lied. Yeah, now your husband should be looking at you. Nah, he ain't looking at you stupid because y'all counting Puffy's money that he gave to y'all. But if I was Puffy, I would go back and sue that bitch. I would go back and double up, sue that bitch. Let me get some of that bread back. I'm suing all your motherfuckers. I'm not playing because you know why? We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Yo, we can't be stopped now. And it's bad boy for life. Oh, it's a beautiful day. And I'm listen to the ladies. To the ladies. I know y'all gonna be mad at me today, but I don't give a fuck because I'm gonna tell you why. Listen. Nobody's not saying Diddy's not guilty. He's guilty for whooping her ass. Trust me. But you got to understand, no man or woman should be putting their hands on each other. Him whooping Cassie ass is not a federal racketeering sex trafficking charge. Let's go. Let's go. And the federales, the fedos, I dare y'all to try to pick this shit back up. I dare you to try to pick it back up and try to take Diddy back to court. Donald Trump gonna shut that shit down. Bink. Shut it down. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I feel like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? Let's motherfucking go. Let's go. This is my intro for the day. Hold on. I'm gonna give you the Diddy intro. But check this out. I got one. You ready? We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. And it's bad boy for life. Y'all suckers. You suckers. You suckers. You suckers, S.L.R try to tell you, you suckers. No, Diddy gone. No, Diddy gone. Nah, listen, y'all was so bad. Y'all try to convince me. See, that's the reason why I did not go live yesterday, because I had so many people was trying to convince me to not go live and continue to say Diddy's not. You know, they're trying to convince me like I was a juror, like I was gonna change my motherfucking mind about Diddy not being guilty. Nah, you couldn't. I heard you. You made a decent case, but where you fucked up at was him putting his hands on Cassie, whooping her ass. Is not a federal crime. It's not racketeering. It's not sex trafficking, and it's not the fucking Mann Act. I'm sorry. The basis of the Fed's case was racketeering. Was racketeering. That means RICO. That means that Diddy had to have more than one co-conspirator. He had to have more than one to get their hands dirty. Then on top of that, the co-conspirator has to testify against Diddy to bring him down. That's the reason why the defense did not call any witnesses or had Diddy to testify. Why testify when they have no co-conspirators? They're just saying names. But you got to say the names and you got to put the faces on the stand. They have to testify against it and they have to point the motherfucking finger like in New Jack City, like they were pointing the finger at Nino Brown. You had none of that. None of that. You just thought the jurors was going to be fools and believe in your fucking lies. But you could not prove the RICO Act. Only thing y'all was doing was skating around the RICO Act. Only thing y'all was doing was like, nah, he made Cassie have sex. Look at these freak offs. He beat her up. Look at these sex. He made her take drugs. All this and that. You kept deferring away from the RICO charge. You kept deferring away what we are here for. Show me the RICO charge. I'm tired of hearing about Cassie spreading her fucking legs. I'm tired of hearing about the Punisher, all this and that. And then on top of that, you don't think they didn't know that the freak off workers, the sexual workers were going on 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 YouTube platforms and telling the fucking business? That muddied the prosecutors right then and there. The prosecutors should have had gag orders on all the freak off workers. You're not allowed to go on any fucking platform on YouTube and say anything about the case, long as the case is permitting and going right now. So the whole time, it was the prosecutors who was shooting themselves in the foot. When y'all thought it was Diddy attorneys that weren't doing a good job, it was the prosecutors who shot their own fucking self in the foot in the head. The prosecutors did their own self in. Wow. They never had a solid case because they could not prove the RICO Act. All they had to do was get KK or D-Rock to testify. That's all they had to do. Diddy was good as gone. Diddy was good as gone. When Diddy had nobody in his really inner circle to testify against him, Diddy was good to go. Diddy was good to go. This is all what the prosecutors and the government is bringing. This is it. Y'all basing the case. Y'all basing to throw this man's life away off Cassie and Jane Doe. Get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Give Diddy his bail today. Give Diddy his bail today. Tessa Tell, what the fuck you got to say now, Tessa? Nancy Grace, what the fuck y'all got to say now? TMZ, what you got to motherfucking say? Law and Crime, what you got to say? Fox, MSN, CNN, all of you big time news publications, y'all wanted Diddy buried under the motherfucking jail. But it's real ones like me. It's real ones. Thank God for you two giving us this platform for real news people like me, to spread our voices out and give you that real shit. Let's go. So what Diddy's going? So what Diddy going to do now? Go on vacation? You damn right. Turks and Caicos. St. Bart's, the motherfucking Bahamas. I'm on it. Matter of fact, I'm buying an island. We on the way. We on the way. Freak Offs Part 3. We on the motherfucking way, man. Listen. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm about to give me a production company. I'm gonna give me a production company. Diddy Productions, the Dealer Productions. I'm getting all trademarks or whatever y'all call me. I'm getting motherfucking trademarks. I'm getting a production, and my freak offs are going to be lawful, not unlawful, lawful. Yeah, I'm fucking like a motherfucker. Baby oil, Astroglide, all of that. Sponsor me. I'm sliding every motherfucking where. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Oh, we can't be stopped now. And it's bad boy for life. Oh, it's a motherfucking beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Diddy's found not guilty. I don't give a fuck what he found on the other charges. But he's found not guilty on the charges that would have put him away for 20 years to life. Let's go. Let's go. And let me go back to my favorite lawyer. Let me go back to my favorite lawyers that gave you that work, gave you that content, gave you that real shit to let you know what was going on. Let's go to it. I got that real content. I keep that heat. I keep that flavor. I keep that flavor. I keep that flavor. Yeah. Yeah. The link is pinned in the chat. Pull up. Pull up. Hit the link. Let's talk about it. Yeah. I want to see. Let me see what he feels like. I feel like he's going to sue. Yeah, you that damn right, Diddy going to sue. You damn right he's going to sue. I'm suing every motherfucking body. I'm suing everybody who made documentaries on me, lied on me, TMZ. All of you motherfuckers are going down. Going down. I got a budget for y'all bitch ass motherfuckers. Yeah. Tessa Tell, you most definitely. I'm gonna drain your bitch ass. Nancy Grace, I'm gonna drain your bitch ass. And what's that other girl on News Nation? Let me bring her on. I'm gonna have to show. I'm gonna show you some content of that bitch too. I'm gonna bring that bitch down too. You won't be eating no. You won't be drinking no red wine, sipping on no motherfucking linguine hoe. Sick of y'all. The only thing they said he is charged with prostitute. I don't give a yeah, I don't give a fuck. Charge me with that. I don't care. She's a hoe any motherfucking way. I get them charges dropped. That ain't shit. I don't give a fuck. That's all they try to do anyway. I try to tell y'all. Listen, the, the, the way the federal prosecutors set this shit up, they set it up where Diddy would have to beat certain steps, no matter what Diddy beat. No matter he would have to get a full acquittal to not serve no jail time. A full acquittal. When I mean full acquittal. So if he don't get a full acquittal, he's going to get some jail time. He's either gonna serve life, 20, or 10 to 1 year in prison. That's how they had it set up. They had it set up where Diddy would have to get a full acquittal. He had to get a full acquittal to beat all the charges. And they knew that's going to be hard to do. So if he can beat the RICO charge, they had the Mann Act waiting on him. They had the prostitution shit waiting on him. That only carries 10 years, 5 or 1 year. Diddy will be out in a couple months. And matter of fact, on top of that, if the judge has any heart, he will post Diddy bond today. He's been in there long enough. Give him bond today. Stop fucking playing around. There's many people that you done gave bond to. They did 5 times worse than Diddy. Let that man go home and be with his family, be with his mom and his kids, the ones that who was there that supported him. Y'all was like, well, where's everybody else? Unless you got to understand, anybody who got money, businesses, sponsors, any deals on the line, they cannot come out and support Diddy. You can blow millions of dollars. You can blow whatever you had set up. Just the fact, well, how can I lose deals? How can I lose millions of dollars? How can I lose this movie role? How can I lose this record deal? How can I lose this and that? If I'm out here supporting Diddy for the right, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Now you will see everybody who want to support Diddy, they will come out now. They will come out because you know why? The brand deals and all this and that. They ain't got to worry about losing that because the case is over with. Free Diddy. Free Diddy. Let's go to my favorite lawyers. Let's go to my favorite lawyers. Let's get some content in. Let's get some content in. Let's get some content. Let's go to my favorite lawyers. Let's go. Let's go. I give you the lawyers that speak that real shit. Don't sound like every motherfucking body else. Let's go. Matter of fact, before I go there, let's go to the Diddy interest. Let's go to the Diddy intros. Let's go to the Diddy intros. No, you know how I got to do. We in the motherfucking building today.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. I'm going to rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
God is good. God is good. He heard you, Diddy. He heard you. He heard you. But he also gave you this token of advice right here, Diddy. Rewrite your wrongs. Whatever you thought you think you done did wrong in the past, rewrite your wrong. Clear your mind, Diddy. Clear your mind. Anything that you got going on, you had going on 10 years ago, 20 years ago, doing the biggest shit, whatever you got going on, bro, give it to the Lord. Clear your mind, bro. Because if you had a clear mind, you would have never been in these situations. You been in that courtroom would have never even happened. We wouldn't even been talking about you, doing content about you. Or you got a second chance on life. Whatever you got going on, get that shit up out of you so you do not have to make these same mistakes again. Because trust and believe, the feds are still watching you and they're not going to let up on you, Diddy, because they still want you. They believe that you're still going to do the same shit what you was in court for. Show them different. Rewrite your wrongs, bro. Best believe that. You escaped the big one. You escaped the tsunami. You escaped the big one. Because they try to get you. The feds try to get you. Oh, yeah. They try to get you. They try to get you. They were just so dumb that they couldn't even put together a witness so anybody testify against you. All that stupid bullshit didn't work.
It's like, not throwing 23 to balls. The fuck up. You think I'm gonna allow that? We about to call a timeout, y'all. Okay? So everybody, let's get in the frequency, get in the vibe, get ready. It's like, not throwing 23 to balls. The fuck up. You think I'm gonna allow that? We about to call a timeout, y'all. Okay? So everybody, let's get in the frequency, get in the vibe, get ready.
but that charge is nothing, right? How much can he get for that, or it's nothing? Damn, the charges. Okay, this how the feds had Diddy set up. They had Diddy set up where his lawyers would have to get a flat out acquittal. The only way they was like, the only way this man cannot serve no judge, no jail time or get the fuck out. They would have to get a full acquittal because the way they had it set up step by step, where there was no way if you get out of this one, there's another one you got to get out. There's another one you got to get out of. So and they felt like if he beat the RICO charge, that's a fucking miracle. But we also had the Mann Act. We put the prostitution charge under the Mann Act. So it's automatically he's going to get charged. So for the Mann Act can be up to 10 to 5 to 1 year. For Diddy, him not having a criminal record, clean record, Diddy's probably going to get a sentence up to a year. And he's been in there for almost a year. Diddy gonna get time served. Diddy would be out in probably 90 days. I'm looking for Diddy to be out of jail in 90 days or less. Or Diddy could be going home today. And I think what his team is doing now, they're fighting for him to get bail to be released today. So yeah. So his sentencing, don't even worry about the sentence. I believe the sentence is really gonna be weak. Ain't gonna be too much. Oh yeah. Let's get to it.
Government prosecutors have to be a little bit nervous going to sleep tonight after the jury sent back a note to the judge in the Diddy case saying that they have reached a verdict on counts 2 through 5, but not on count 1. I'm going to explain why I would be nervous if I were a government prosecutor. My name is Shannon Locke. I'm a board-certified criminal defense attorney. I practice state and federal law. If I were a government prosecutor, I would be nervous because here's the deal. Count 1 is frankly the simplest count for the government to prove. All they have to prove is that Diddy and a co-conspirator committed 2 acts, of kidnapping, arson, bribery, witness tampering, forced labor, sex trafficking, transportation for purposes of prostitution, and drug distribution. 2 acts in 10 years. If they can't come to a verdict on that, how have they found him guilty of 2 through 5? Because 2 through 5, if they find him guilty of those, and I think these verdicts are all the same. I think 2 through 5, it's either all guilty or all not guilty. So if they found him guilty of 2 through 5, they could just take that and apply it to 1 and say, look, we found him guilty of that because we already found the 2 predicate acts in 2 through 5. So we should just find him. It's easy to find him guilty of 1. But if he's not guilty of 2 through 5, then they're searching for other stuff, to find him guilty of. And I'd be a little bit nervous if I were a government prosecutor. It makes a lot more sense to me that they've acquitted him of 2 through 5 and can't decide count 1, rather than they found him guilty of 2 through 5 and can't decide count 1. Very interesting. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe Diddy gets acquitted. Maybe it's hung. Maybe he's found guilty. Nobody knows. It'll be fascinating to watch.
That's what S.L.R. do. That's what I do. I put that real content out there. That's what I do. I go find the real lawyers that know what the fuck they talking about the case, know what they're saying, and I post them and I put them in my shit. You heard what he said. If they can't get the RICO, how can you get a conviction? Let's go. So when everybody was talking about Diddy's team being nervous, Diddy's team being a loser yesterday, TMZ, you said that Diddy team was the loser. The loser was the prosecutors. It was the government. So this case right here tells you that you cannot believe what the fuck TMZ, Tessa Tales over here talking about that the jury was afraid to find Diddy guilty. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. They should find your motherfucking ass guilty for spreading lies and deceit. Go take your bitch ass on Nancy Grace so y'all bitch ass motherfuckers can go on there and lie together. Stupid ass motherfucking hoes.
Let me do the closing, which is, I think, it's a little moot at this particular point. But let me Let me try to explain to a jury why Diddy must walk, maybe will walk, or maybe will have his case overturned on appeal. Okay? I'm going to do this again for the millionth time. It's not because he's a good guy, or it's not because he treats women like, or doesn't treat them like dirt. It's not because there might be a couple of them in the midst of his fold who became dependent on him, or were demeaned, or maybe some were threatened. But this is not trafficking. This is not racketeering, and it's not a violation of the Mann Act. The overall strategy is simply this, and this is important to understand. It's debauchery. It's not criminal. It's not federal. That's really the bottom line. This case is about moral depravity, the disapproval, the disgust towards this guy and his lousy lifestyle. It's not about proof of federal crimes proved beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. The defense, I hope, convinced the jury that while Diddy may be guilty of excesses and vulgarity and sickness with that stupid attitude and a sick lifestyle, he may have beat the hell out of Cassie, he is not guilty of orchestrating a criminal enterprise or trafficking anyone. Trafficking! Not using, not taking advantage of. Trafficking! Let's look at the RICO conspiracy. This was not an enterprise. And the predicate acts, oh my God. The best argument for me was there was no enterprise. There was no criminal enterprise. This wasn't the mafia. This wasn't a celebrity traffic group. This was an entourage. It was a posse. It wasn't a crime syndicate. What are they talking about? It was Hugh Hefner. It was this ridiculous, well, or not so. It was a bunch of people. It's been around. Do you think the Manson family was trafficking? Do you think they were an enterprise? Maybe. All of a sudden, they're trying. The only reason they're charging him with trafficking is because they got to get it into federal court, and there is no case for a non-trafficking form of addressing this particular activity. The alleged acts, the drugs, the sex, the money, the violence, were isolated incidents. This is what I would argue. Not part of a coordinated plan. That's the issue here. That's what's critical. Now, this is the most important. Continuity. Continuity is one of the elements of this. I hope they showed, or maybe for Diddy's, to show that the incidents were episodic, chaotic, not abusive, but not organized, not systematic, choreographed. They weren't a part of an organized system. There wasn't this pattern, this organized pattern, this continuity. You then have to look at maybe perhaps they undermine the notion of the others. You can say that nobody was employed in a criminal network. In essence, there were friends, and there were girlfriends, there were staff, and there were trollops and fallen women, or whatever you call it. But it was all voluntarily. They were all voluntarily present in the orbit, in his orbit of fame and excess. And let me tell you something. I'll bet you they threatened people. I bet you they treated this woman like shit. I'll bet you if you go back to the days of the 80s with Eileen Ford and you look at what those supermodels went through, especially those women who came from foreign countries, who didn't know any better, who were made to do cocaine and coffee and couldn't eat, and oh my God, do you really want to go through all of this? I'll bet you if you looked at the gymnastics group, remember Bela Karolyi and those folks? I'm not saying they're into trafficking, but if you looked carefully at what they went through, you sure as hell would think they were if you believe that what Diddy went through was trafficking. This was a party house. This was Hugh Hefner. It's not a racketeering ring.
Yeah, speak of facts. Diddy, you should have got him as your lawyer, for sure. That's nothing. 90 days is straight. Oh yeah. But I don't think Diddy's even gonna do 90. Diddy gonna be out today. Diddy gonna be out today.
And then when you look at the whole notion of sex trafficking, remember what we're talking about: force, fraud, or coercion. Force, fraud, or coercion, not inconvenience, not threat. They could have walked out any time they wanted. They never called the police. Nobody called the police. Nobody ever. I don't know about you, but if I'm a part of this thing, I'm going to get out. I'm going to say, hey, listen, you better get over there because they're holding all these women. Nobody. You got to attack the consent and intent part of it. The best argument is that these were adult relationships. They were messy, they were toxic, they were disgusting, they were horrible. Again, perfect maybe for state court, perfect for lawsuits, but they could have left any time. He might have been manipulative, but it's not trafficking. Again, what I'm saying is it's not that I like this guy. Then there's the agency and participation aspect of it. These are criminal. These are legal aspects. The alleged victims remain in relationships. And they took money, they accepted gifts, they traveled by choice. There was no commercial sex arrangement, no forced or brokered commercial sex contract. It was intimate. It wasn't transactional in a legal sense. And they can undermine the force, fraud, the coercion element of it. You got to ask yourself: Did the alleged victim ever call the police? Were there threats or just power imbalances? I mean, threats. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to send you back to your family. Did the prosecution prove intent to exploit? You could argue there was seduction, but there wasn't sex trafficking. It's a different story. What about transportation for prostitution? The Mann Act violation, white slavery? Oh, look at the intent and the definition. The best argument is that no one was trafficked across state lines for prostitution. This was a private relationship, not a pimping operation. Attack the definition of prostitution. Was sex offered for money? Or was it a part of a consensual, romantic celebrity lifestyle? Do you know this is going on right now? I mean, do you know what Hollywood is? Do you know what would, if we extended this to other aspects? You can highlight voluntary travel. Did the victims, the putative victims, the alleged victims, did they choose to travel for parties, for events, for relationships? Were they told to perform for pay? What was it? You undermine the intent of this. The prosecution's had to prove, and the jury's got to believe, that Combs intended to have someone cross state lines for illegal sex work. Prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. Prove it. It's tough. I mean, especially in the celebrity context of it. The argument would be that she traveled for love and fame and whatever it is, not for sale. And if you weaponize the spectacle, the defense can argue that this entire prosecution is political. It's about feeding the media machine. It's about the government turning a sordid individual private relationship or gossip column into a federal indictment. Don't let the sex circus part undermine somebody's freedom. Go after the witnesses. Go after the money motive, the publicity, the lawsuits. You could highlight selective prosecution. Why now? Why after several suits? How many people? Do you think Cassie, or whatever her name is, you think she hasn't been made whole by this? Come on. You would putting him in prison? Again, he's a dirtbag. The feds are turning Hollywood excess into organized crime. That's not justice, that's overkill. And the closing message had to have been this. I hope it was. I wasn't there. You may hate the parties, you may hate the drugs, you may hate the fame, you may hate him and hate everybody about him. But that's not your job. Your job is to decide whether the government proved its case beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt, beyond the moral certainty. And on that, ladies and gentlemen, they failed. They failed. They failed. And if you're really one of these, MAGA types, or if you're one of these, constitutional types, you better think and you better agree once and for all, that if this Constitution, if this thing means anything, this stupid son of a bitch that everybody hates, and I hate him too, I know I can't stand him, but that this guy, this Diddy, he's not guilty. He's not guilty of this. The same way he wouldn't be guilty of murder without proving a death, or arson without proving anything was burned. You got what I'm saying? Good. I'd appreciate it if you like this video. We need your likes. Likes put us on the map. I've been straight with you the whole time. I've been good to you. You can be good to me. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure the subscriptions. 80% of the people who watch us don't even subscribe. And comment. I've got some questions for you. Comment, dear friends, as you see fit.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna give you that real shit. I'm gonna give you the lawyers that's gonna break this shit down the real way. Not none of this bullshit that you hear from all the top little national media or some of the content creators who gonna one side the shit. Now I'm gonna give you the real shit. If Diddy was found guilty, I was gonna give you the real shit. I don't cut no corners. I'm straight down the middle. This lawyer right here does not get no better. He breaks that shit down no better than anybody else. And I told you before when I was showing y'all this lawyer, he was telling y'all then Diddy was not guilty. The only way Diddy was gonna be found guilty on some political shit. And then you gotta think like, how did this come a Diddy? How did this come from a civil suit? How did a civil suit that's only supposed to be handled in state get injected into a federal? Did Diddy ever come out and endorse Kamala Harris? Because you got to remember, this came out under Joe Biden administration. This lawsuit, this attack, this going after Diddy. Diddy was locked up when Kamala Harris was running for president. This did not happen under Trump administration. This happened under Joe Biden administration. Did Diddy did Diddy endorse a Kamala Harris like he did Barack Obama? When Diddy did the was it vote or die campaign with Barack Obama, did he do that with Kamala Harris? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Maybe it would you think if Diddy would have came out and endorsed Kamala Harris, would Diddy be in court right now fighting for his life? You got to think under a Democrat administration taking out RICO charges on a very high power, very influential person, it got to be something to it. Did Kamala Harris see the video? Did she see Diddy dragging, kicking Cassie in the ass? Did she see the video? Because to remember, the attorney general, I think he was a black guy. And that's another thing. This is another thing that once again hurts the black community. Now I'm just being facts about it. A black man trying to take down another high powered black man because I think that is it, that attorney general wanted to live Diddy's life. He was probably trying to do freak offs too, but couldn't do it. Why would somebody take a civil lawsuit and inject it and shoot it straight into a federal? And then they take the case, Donald Trump wins, he resigns and leave the case open for another attorney general to pick up. That's how the Comey girl took over because she picked it up. The Democrats are hell, bro. And the Democrats, I'm letting you know, I'm pretty sure Diddy is not going to vote for y'all. Now, he may vote for certain Democrats in certain areas, but the main ones, nah. Diddy probably going Republican or independent. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You see, his political gain is political power. He didn't vote for Kamala Harris. He didn't adore. Let me say not vote. He didn't endorse Kamala Harris. He didn't put enough recognition on the endorsement. That's why Kamala Harris was going towards more the women. She was more towards the pro women. So she just go to the rappers. Hey, can you get them to vote for me? That's it. But everybody else, Beyonce did him. So that lets you know Diddy ain't fucking with the Democrats no more. They try to take him down. Try to take him down. They try to take him down. That's the crazy part about it. Yep, facts, not guilty. Yeah, that lawyer right there, that that lawyer, then the other lawyer I showed before him, them two guys broke it down like recently on the Diddy case. They said it no better. See, Remember, TMZ all knew everybody had Diddy dead. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you another strategic thing that I did yesterday. Another reason why I didn't go live yesterday, because I told you when you're a content creator and you do this, what I do, you want to be the blogger, the media, and all this and that. You got to be in the YouTube streets. You got to be in the YouTube streets to know what's going on, who's saying what. Let me tell you this. I was in the YouTube street. I had to fill the gas tank up and let's ride in the YouTube streets. 95% of the YouTubers, content creators who was doing this, who's covering this Diddy, who's doing this, they had him guilty. They felt like he was done. Now, the reason why I said it was 95% yesterday, because a lot of them that was pro Diddy was kind of persuaded because the charges, the verdict on 4 or the 5 charges, whatever, had already came in. TMZ is the biggest. TMZ is the biggest. And there's no way about it. There's no way about it. And they proven it. They proven it on this Diddy trial, this Diddy case, that they're the biggest. That what they say, everything else trickles behind it. They say Diddy was guilty yesterday. Now, when they said Diddy was guilty because of 4 to 5 verdicts done came in, that's when it swelled to 95%. That's when the ones that was like, nah, Diddy's not guilty, free Diddy, nah, Diddy's coming home, this and that, Diddy's gonna beat the case. Go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Yesterday, 95% of them saying Diddy was done because they were nervous. They felt like what TMZ said, that kind of persuade them to go on their content and say Diddy is done, but still leave doubt that Diddy's walking home. But nah, in their mind yesterday, they thought Diddy was done. They thought he was done. They thought he was gonna get a guilty verdict. They thought Diddy was gonna get at least 20 years. That's just being facts. That's just being facts. Y'all be real with yourself. You real content creator, be real with yourself. I'm just being real. I didn't say that. The whole time I said not guilty, because you know why? I'm from the show me state. You're going to have to make a believer out of me. Most definitely thought Diddy was done because what TMZ and Law and Crime produced and said. Then you got Tessa Tales, who goes on there and she wants to execute. She wants to be the one that has Diddy laying on the motherfucking lethal injection bed. She wants to be the one that take the third needle. She don't want to take the first one or the second one. She want to take the one that's gonna kill the motherfucker instantly, gonna stop the heart. That's what she wants. She wants to push that. That's what she did yesterday. She pushed that shit. But you know what? You know what, Tessa? You know what, Nancy Grace? Diddy veins are strong. That shit didn't penetrate. That shit didn't kill him. That shit didn't put him down. You tried. Y'all tried. You tried. Fox, CNN. You tried. Some of your content creators, a lot of your content creators, you tried. You tried like a motherfucker. Y'all tried. But he's still standing. And he's coming home. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Diddy got locked up a whole 2 years. Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? He's coming home. He's coming home. You try to assassinate this man. Shank him. Put the sleeper hold on him. You try to tie him down. drag him down in the basement, cut the lights off on the motherfucker, put the muzzle on his mouth, duct tape his mouth, blindfold his eyes, to have his ears open so he only can hear shit to drive him crazy insane. It didn't work. It didn't work. Let me tell you. Diddy had to have money to win this case. He had to have money. And he had to have the right lawyers to win this case. Now, the lawyers that I just showed you, them the guys that he should have had on his team. He probably wouldn't even have to even pay that much for what you pay, but you know what I'm saying? You know, you got to do what you got to do. As I said again, there's not a limit. There's not a price range on your life, especially in the judicial court. I don't give a fuck if you got to spend your last dollar. Where the fuck you got to do to want to go home? You got to do what you got to do. To try to execute this man. The man have children, daughters, sons. They humiliated him. They tried to turn his daughters against him. They tried to do everything impossible other than cut his tongue out. It didn't work. The feds came in there with a lie. Look, okay, check this out. How does it look as the federal prosecutors? How does it? This looks crazy. To pick up a case, and when you look at the case, there's no winnable situation for the federal government without lying. They took this case, and when you go back and you look at this case from week 1 until now, this shit was like a fucking movie. This shit was like a movie. It's almost like the federal government went and got a Hollywood director to be on their team to coincide and paint this picture of Diddy. Not only paint the picture, but I believe that I believe the government had some new agencies in their back pocket and may have had some content creators in their back pocket. Because you had them, listen, they had Diddy dead to rights. That was like, listen, you can go on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Diddy ain't have a chance. Diddy didn't have a chance. Because a lot of people were just making content. They're just trying to get their content up, get their channels up. They really didn't know shit. They only just going by the opinions of what TMZ, Twitter. I mean, come on. And YouTube. I mean, come on. I say again, at S.L.R Media TV, we do our homework. We do our research. Before I go live, I'm gonna make sure whatever I say that I gotta stand on. And that's for sure. I gotta make sure of that. It's just crazy. that the US government picked this shit up, picked it up, and thought you had something off Cassie and Jane Doe? Are you fucking serious? Y'all over there coaching people, meeting with people 30 times, 20 times, 10, 15 times. Y'all actually is putting them through training and class to take down one man, and y'all gonna put a RICO charge on one man? How you gonna pull that off without lying, coercing, and like y'all said Diddy was doing? You hired a Hollywood director. So you dropped the videotape of Puff beating Cassie. You thought that was gonna kill him to buy y'all time, to get y'all bullshit together. That's exactly what they did. Just paint the picture. Look at this. Look how the feds did their case against Diddy, because they didn't have a case. So look how they tried to build a case. They dropped the video. They dropped the video to let it coincide with the lawsuit. The feds was the ones that leaked out how much Diddy paid Cassie. The feds was the ones who leaked out the information. You have to understand this, because they got to build a case, because they don't have a case. They got to build a case off this. They the ones that leaked out everything, the money and everything. They dropped the video so they could buy time to build a case. Look at how their case played out. Look at the witnesses. Look at the lies. Look what they was feeding the media. It was the media and the United States government versus Sean Diddy Combs. That's how they had to do it, to bring him down. They tried to, because it didn't have a case. But if they had the media on their side, the media that includes the content creators, everybody, media includes everybody, social media, everything, everybody. If they're on their side, all of them are saying Diddy is guilty, now they can go to court. Because you got to remember, they are prepping witnesses. They done took the witnesses through prepping school. They're prepping the witnesses for this trial. Kid Cudi, all of them. Every single one of them, their witnesses lied. All of them, even Cassie. All this was a big, humongous lie that was fed off the tape of Diddy hitting Cassie. The feds never had anything, but what they thought was the public opinion was going to persuade the jurors to convict Diddy guilty. That's what TMZ and all of them thought until today. And that's just facts. That's just how it played out. That's how the government played it. They took the domestic violence video. They took the video at the infamous Intercontinental Hotel that Cassie got her ass whooped, got mollywopped, got hit upside the head, got kicked in the ass. There was no sex trafficking. There was no sexual orgy. They wasn't having sex or none of that shit. What they alleged that, oh yeah, she was running from a sex freak off. She was running from big mandingos. She came in there. She seen 3 black guys that was 6'3", 6'4" with mandingos, and Diddy sitting right there with his just with his towel on, and she ran. Man, get the fuck out of here. You see how y'all trying to paint that bullshit? Exactly. They said that Diddy drug her back to the room where the Mandingos was at and made her have sex. How would y'all know that? Was anybody in there? Did any of them sexual workers say it? Did none of that happen? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's kind of weird, ain't it? It's kind of odd, ain't it? It's kind of odd. Kind of odd. That sound like a Tubi, could be a Lifetime, could be a Netflix type. Oh man, y'all gonna make a whole movie about the intercontinental shit, ain't you? Oh yeah, so the Fedos thought that was it. That was it. They was like, huh. Well, since Diddy got a $5 million team, let's see his $5 million team can get out of this. How can they explain this video? And then they got the trial coming up, so they gotta come to us want a plea. I heard that the Fedos will offer Diddy 156 months. Mm, mm. God damn. 156 months. That's man, I believe it. I believe shit like that. I believe it. I believe it probably came with him like 10 years or some bullshit, 10, 15 years, some weird shit. But we're going to go after you with the Rico. And so that's the reason why I know that's what they did. How they did it. They came, did it with 10. You're going to do 10 to 15 if you don't want to take that. We're going to take you to trial and we're going to go for Rico for life. You're going to, we're going to go for your life sentence. Some shit. Diddy like, fuck it, let's go. I ain't doing either one of them. I'm like, shit, let's go. Shit, we're gonna have a bad boy reunion. Take that, take that. Let's go. So shit. And look, it was just crazy. It lied and this was some weird shit going on. Like when when um when you got witnesses that's testifying against Diddy that's brought up by the Fedos and they're lying and he getting called out about lying and there's no perjury, there's no mistrial, there's no acquittal, no nothing. The judge says that's not for me to determine. That's up for the jury. What the fuck? What? That's not up to you. That's up to the jurors to determine. What? Oh man, bro, Diddy. No, you got the public opinion, and you got the Fedos. You got the motherfucking judge. You got the judge against you. And thank goodness that you did not put that in the judge's hands. Thank goodness, Diddy, you and your lawyers did not put the judgment or your fate in the judge's hands because you would have been done, Diddy. You'd have been listen. You'd have been facing at least 20 years. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Sure. Yeah, that's so. Thank goodness you got up out of that. That's crazy. All the lying, bringing Kid Cudi, all that weird, stupid shit, acting like you're a Marvel hero. Then then you got yesterday. Yesterday they over here hollering about what the jurors gonna do. I'm scared for the jurors. I'm scared for the jurors. They was still acting like Diddy was capable of hurting the jurors or some shit. They was still acting like Diddy was intimidating the jurors or some shit during the like. Get the fuck out of here! Like, stop! Like they kept trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they kept trying to push. Listen, they wanted a They wanted a guilty verdict because do you know the numbers that the people would have got on their content on their channels if they got a guilty verdict? Don't you know CNN and like? Do you understand? Do you understand about the content, the money that would have been generated if Diddy would have been found guilty? But now, since he's found not guilty, now they gotta go find different content to do now. Yeah, the juicy shit is done now. Oh yeah. I can't wait. I gotta go on homegirl shit. I gotta hear. I'm going when I'm done with this live. I'm going on all the Diddy haters channels. Yeah. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. It is bad boy for life. Shout out to Diddy. He's coming home. You ain't got to worry about no more. Yeah. No more of that. No more of that. Yeah. Let's go to the number one lawyer in the United States now. He is now the number one lawyer in the United States. Diddy's right here, man. And I don't even know I don't know what it's gonna cost for y'all to get this guy, because you know you're gonna have to break Diddy off some money. I don't know what it's gonna cost to read. So he told y'all from the jump. Y'all didn't want to believe him. Y'all didn't want to believe him. He gonna break it down. He's gonna break it down to let y'all know it was never a case. This was all a lie. This was a witch hunt. This was assassination.
So thank you, Caitlin. So I think we have a good shot tomorrow. Tomorrow we argue in front of the district court judge whose case this is. Today we argued in front of a magistrate judge whose case this is not. We'll never have this magistrate as our judge again. But tomorrow we argue in front of Judge Carter, and it's Judge Carter's case till the end. So hope springs eternal, but I think we have strong arguments, and I think we have a good chance.
Well, and what prosecutors are arguing is not only does your client pose a flight risk, because obviously he's incredibly wealthy, has access to planes and a lot of staff, even though you said he turned over his passport to you months ago. They were also worried about him being able to interfere with witnesses and calling them. And so I guess the question is, how do you assure the court that that won't happen if prosecutors are saying this is someone who's attempted to bribe security staff and has already threatened and interfered with witnesses?
So I think the most important thing, even more important than the passport, is that Mr. Combs came to New York on September 5th. As soon as we realized that this indictment was going to be coming down in a matter of weeks, maybe months, but sometime soon, Mr. Combs got on a plane, left his home in Florida, flew to New York. I called the prosecutors myself. I said, Mr. Combs is in New York. Do you want to know where he is? If you want to know where he is, I'll tell you where he is. But he wants to surrender. He's here to surrender. They didn't want him to surrender, because if he surrenders, they don't get to tell the judge that he's a flight risk and he's a danger. Because who, as a danger and a flight risk, would fly to New York and surrender? So they didn't want him to surrender.
So since September 5th, you had known, you expected it was likely he was going to formally face charges.
So I really knew he was formally going to face charges on March 25th, the day of the searches. When Homeland Security searched his Los Angeles home, his Miami home, and his airplane, I knew that day by looking at the search warrants. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. This is not my first or 100th rodeo, that this was going to come as a matter of time. What I realized in early September is that it was coming soon. And so it was time for Mr. Combs to come to New York, which he did. And let me just point out one very important thing. The prosecutors are seizing on something that happened 8 years ago. You know, this video that we've all seen, and it's a bad video for Mr. Combs, and he said so himself when he gave his apology. This is 8 years ago, and the prosecutors are talking about him bribing a hotel security worker. There was no criminal investigation. This was just a matter of personal embarrassment because he and the person in the video were in the midst of a 10-year relationship. That was difficult at times, that was toxic at times, but it was mutually so. And this whole notion that Mr. Combs is forcing drugs on someone is just nonsensical, and it's going to prove to not be true.
Well, on that video, he initially denied the allegations when his then-girlfriend, who was in that video, filed a lawsuit last fall. And we have that video. I should note CNN was the first outlet to exclusively report on it. He denied that happened when she filed it in a complaint. And then when the video came out is when he apologized for it.
So I wasn't his lawyer back then, so I don't, and I don't think he denied. I mean, I think the lawyers were the ones mostly making the denials. I think they were denying sex crimes. I mean, because at the end of the day, the gravamen of that civil complaint wasn't a misdemeanor assault, which is what you see on that video. Not minimizing it, but it's a misdemeanor assault. What the gravamen of the complaint was sex crimes, and he denied that, and he still does.
Well, and you're saying that this is all just about that one relationship, but when you read through the indictment, they say that there's not just one victim. They say there's multiple victims here today, and what I heard described was they said they have 50 witnesses or victims.
Yeah, I think it's 49 witnesses and one victim. I think if you broke it down, and I say that because count 2, which is the sex trafficking count, has victim number 1, and there is no victim number 2 anywhere in the indictment.
So you're saying that there are not other women, because what they were essentially arguing here is that he coerced and forced women into sex acts by using physical force, financial pressure, emotional abuse, and narcotics for what they described as these freak-off sessions. They saying that he self-described them as that.
Yeah, there's one victim in the indictment. The charging
but
document.
One victim does count, right?
No, of course, but I'm just not. It's not 50. I mean, what they did is a little too cute. It's 50 witnesses or victims. Well, it's one victim. That's all that's in the indictment.
Our reporter who was in the courtroom today said that he appeared to have a stunned expression on his face. Was he surprised that he was arrested last night?
No, he definitely was not. I mean, I told him myself in early September, you are going to be arrested soon, and you're going to be charged with racketeering, and you're going to be charged with sex trafficking. So come to New York. It wasn't a long conversation. He agreed. So we knew this was coming, and in fact, we offered that he would turn himself in.
So if there are these witnesses and victims, and as you're saying that you believe it's one victim and 49 witnesses who saw this behavior, that's pretty powerful, though, to have that many people who have, if they go to court and argue that they witnessed this behavior by your client.
Well,
what's your defense against that kind of behavior? So
my defense is very well established. I interviewed myself the different men who, were being brought sort of into Mr. Combs and this person's, intimate situation. I've flown around the country. I've interviewed a large number of them. There's not the slightest inkling, according to the interviews that I've done, of anything that's coercive, non-consensual. Nobody was too drunk. Nobody was too high. These were adults in a relationship. This is a 10-year relationship. We can't forget that. This is a 10-year relationship, and it was adults and consensual, and everybody who was there wanted to be there. So I feel very confident in our position.
You said you interviewed the men, but what about the women?
I haven't interviewed the woman. The woman's not available to me. She's presumably a grand jury witness, and we would not. We cannot try to interview a grand jury witness.
And you don't think that there are any other women who are going to say that they were coerced into this, given drugs, and essentially as prosecutors were saying that that's what kept them compliant?
So there are a lot
sessions.
of women in these civil cases. There's been a mountain of civil cases ever since the civil case that was filed in November. I don't see them as victims in the indictment. That's my point.
And so when you talk about that video of Cassie Ventura, that was his then girlfriend, in the video, I mean, just when you saw that, you said it's a bad video. It's pretty difficult to watch.
It is. No question. So let me tell you what happened.
Will that be used as evidence in court, do you think?
100%. 100%. So what I said in court today, and I'll say it again here, is the two of them were in a hotel. It was just the two of them in a hotel room. She found out that he was seeing someone else. She was going through his phone. She hit him in the head with his own phone. And then she walks into the hallway with two bags. One of the bags has all of his clothing that she is taking from him, which is why he runs out in a towel. So this isn't her fleeing from one of these freak-offs. Why would she take his clothing? That's not what it is. And when the evidence comes out, this is going to be completely different than the government's portrayed it.
But on this video, and I just want to show that again now, how do you defend against allegations that he hit, kicked, and dragged women when he's on video hitting, kicking, and dragging a woman?
Sure, he's not charged with hitting, kicking, and dragging a woman. He's charged with sex trafficking, and he didn't traffic anybody.
But he's charged with a conspiracy here where he was using physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial pressure, as prosecutors allege, to keep these women in his fold. Maybe just Cassie Ventura, but keeping these women in the fold.
Cassie Ventura lived by herself. She had her own house. She had a family. She had a career. And he was seeing another woman at the time. He wasn't around a lot. She could have done whatever she wanted to do. All of these allegations of, I was forced, I was coerced, I had to stay, are nonsense. And it's going to be proven to be so.
That video, in the indictment, it alleges that your client paid hotel staff $50,000 to make it disappear from the hotel surveillance system. Did he pay off the hotel staff?
Not that I know of. I know that's an allegation. I don't know that is true. What I was concerned about when I heard about this allegation is whether there was an allegation that there was some sort of law enforcement investigation pending, because then that would be a crime. But there was none, and so this is not a crime. You
said you're portraying this as adults who were at these events that wanted to be, I shouldn't even call them events, that's not certainly how anyone else would label it, but that they wanted to be there. But they also allege that they were recorded and essentially used as blackmail. Is that not true?
That's not true. That's not true.
How can you prove that when they have electronic evidence that, as they argue, over 90 cell phones, laptops, iCloud storage accounts, 30 electronic and storage devices, hard drives, thumb drives? Yeah. You're not worried about that?
No, because if they had it, they would have put it in the indictment. And it's not in the indictment.
When it comes to your client's credibility, I think people will look at what he said last fall. And it's not just his attorneys. I mean, he pays those attorneys. They're speaking on his behalf. They're the ones calling her claims baseless and ridiculous. And when you read the indictment today, they line up with what she alleged in that lawsuit last fall.
If the claim is that he had unwanted sex with her, that claim is baseless. And it will be proven to be baseless when we have a trial.
But the claim is obviously the conspiracy, the racketeering. It's much larger than just that, obviously, as you know.
It is, but the government wants it to be. But count two, which is the sex trafficking count, relates to one person and one person alone. All of this talk of dozens of victims and 50 witnesses, if they had that, if they really had it, it would be in the indictment. It's not in the indictment.
So then why was he reaching out to so many of these people after it was clear this investigation was picking up steam?
So well, first of all, I don't think it's clear that he was reaching out.
Well, they said in the memo that he reached out to one person, I believe, 48 times in 3 days.
So I think I know what you're talking about. There was a civil complainant who plays no role in the criminal case whatsoever, who brought a civil case against Mr. Combs, and she was in a band, and another one of the band members says, I was in the same band she was, and none of the things that she's complaining about in her complaint, I saw none of those things. And so she came forward and made a statement. She's not a witness. She's not a government witness.
But after 48 pieces of outreach, whether calls or texts from your client.
I don't know that it's 48. And there's someone who had a business relationship, so it makes sense that Combs would speak to her. There's no allegation that this person was saying something false, or this person was somehow coerced into saying these things. And if you read the statement's actually quite soft and respectful. I respect that this person has this perspective. I was in the band at the same time. I never saw such things.
Is there any chance Sean Combs takes a plea deal?
I don't see it happening. I do not see it happening. He's innocent. I believe he's innocent. I believe he's innocent of the charges. And he is going to go to trial, and I believe he's going to win.
Mark Agnifilo, thank you for
Hold on. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. What you saying? Hold on. You know, I'm on YouTube surfing for sure. Yeah, I just saw them now. Diddy ain't getting 20 years. He ain't getting 20 years. Oh, okay, but you saw the news, right? Oh yeah, because they still want to convict him. But listen to this though. Hold on.
Someone let Tisa know that Ack is down to speak to her or debate. She needs a moderator, cool. About the facts of the case. I'm going to say this one thing before I continue to play this, then I'm going to go back to Unc. Chat, I'm going to be honest with you. I love all y'all in here. I love y'all so much. I was incredibly proud of how I approached this case. I felt so incredibly embarrassed with the Tory trial. I did. I felt like the way we looked at that trial was not fair. And everybody on our stream thought it was going to be A, and it ended up being B. And maybe we were fair, and maybe some other shit happened, Rotten Nation, whatever. But I said, I don't want to be the biased guy. And you're hearing more of my opinion now that the trial's over. But, like, I didn't want to be the biased guy because I serve you guys, which is my audience. I thought I was incredibly fair here. Incredibly. This is why I was looking for people. I watch Law and Crimes who, I know they don't fuck with Diddy. I watch them a lot. I watch Lauren Conlon. I love Lauren, but Lauren's a girl's girl. Unc might be pro Diddy, but I try to get every perspective that I could give my perspective. And I wasn't in court. And you're at the courthouse. I didn't want to be biased. This time, and there's no bragging, my prediction happened to be true. The man charges, the prostitution charges, was convicted, but nothing else. Okay. I would love to speak to you, Tisa. I am non-emotional about this. If Diddy had gotten 1,000,000 years, I would have been like, wow, that's not what I thought. But I would not be sitting here bawling. That's a fact. So I would love to engage you because you seem to be making content about this. So we could make some good content. Whatever your opinions about me, we could confront that too. Because I've heard you've said some really nasty things about me. And I don't know if you're equipped with all the information to defend all that. But we could talk about that too. Or we could keep it a Diddy trial, which I believe you should have more info about than me because I've never been there. So someone send that info to her, and I'm down to do that later tonight, tomorrow, anytime. And I know we in New York. I'm not that. My headquarters is literally, if you don't know, it's 10 minutes from the courthouse. She could pop over there too. Also, Armand, I want to link up with you before you. I don't know where you're from, but before you go wherever you go.
Wake up call that people, the sheep can't be trusted. It was a wake up call that the sheep can't be trusted. And now that we know the sheep can't be trusted, what do? Do we make a better world for the sheep? Do we make real lamb? See ya, girl. See ya. All right. Thank you, Mama. Good. Always. Thank you, Mama.
Hey, Tessa need to shut the fuck up, her crying ass. She crying because Diddy didn't kick in the ass.
Slaughter. At one point, I'm trying to figure out what the flavor of it was like.
Their faces.
Keep the world a more dangerous place. Someone's getting married. The will of many. Yeah.
Shorty, it's all good, man.
Hey, my boy Sean G.
So it's I ain't gonna lie. I just said long. We about to link up here. Let me get some food. It's a bunch of people down there. They were reporters. I'm in the overflow joint. I'm in the overflow. All the people that wanted Puffy to get convicted, writing like this, y'all. They shaking their head like, I can't believe it. People was hurt. The people that wanted to see Puffy go to jail for life was hurt. They was wounded. Even though witnesses perjured themselves on the stand, even though witnesses lied on the stand, even though there was prosecutorial misconduct, even though false testimony, they still wanted Puffy to go to prison for life. They was hurt. They was wounded. They was running out, shaking their head like I can't believe it.
Free Diddy! Free Diddy! Yeah. They were hurt. They were mad as fuck, crying. What the fuck you crying for?
I was chilling like back then. Ain't robbing and stealing. You understand?
Understand?
I was just chilling. Puffy beat the feds, man. He beat them at trial. Puffy beat the feds. He beat him. Nothing more. I don't have nothing else to say. I told you everything that happened. I'm gonna go back in here at 1 o'clock, and he won. My prediction is that Puffy will go home today. The judge will release him today. They will set a sentencing date for him to come back to get sentenced. But they'll probably give him an ankle monitor. They may give him an ankle monitor. He'll come back to get sentenced, and he'll probably get sentenced to 1 year incarceration, 1 year, 1 day, 366 days. They won't sentence him to 365 days on the dot, because then he won't get to take advantage of good time. In the feds, you got to serve 85% of your sentence. I got sentenced to 18 months in federal prison. I served 15 months, 15 days, and 19 hours. I didn't take no halfway house. I did all my time there. I ain't want to go to no halfway house. So, but in order for the good time to kick in, you got to do 1 year and 1 day, or get sentenced to 1 year and 1 day. My prediction is he's going to get sentenced to 1 year, 1 day. He'll get 12, 10. What's 85% of 12? 10% of 12. He'll get time served, and he'll.
So yeah. Yeah, so no 20. Don't even got to worry about the 20. Don't even worry about the 20 piece. There's no 20 piece. There's no biscuit. There's no size. There's no drink. You ain't got to worry about it. I told you, Puff's not getting 20. If he was going to get 20, he would have got it under the RICO. I told you. See, that's the reason why y'all come to me. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to my channel. Share the content. Hit that cash out. That's the reason why y'all come to me, because I give you that. I give you that shit. I give you what you want to hear. I'm going to give you that real knowledge. I told y'all. They had it set up where if Diddy beat the RICO, he was gonna get filed under the Mann Act. That was gonna get him with something, because they didn't have shit. They didn't have nothing. And check this out. And check this out. Diddy can beat that Mann Act shit. Diddy can beat that, because of course you know they gonna appeal that. They gonna peel that Mann Act shit. They gonna peel that. Diddy's gonna fight that Mann Act charge. He's gonna fight that. Diddy gonna come out this bitch crystal clear. He's gonna lead the day, but just believe he's gonna fight to continue. He's gonna get that Mann Act charge off him because it's nothing but a lie, and his lawyers are gonna continue to work around the clock to beat that Mann Act charge. See, that's what y'all get. Y'all wanted Diddy so bad. Y'all wanted him so fucking bad. It was envy. Y'all were thirst. Y'all was thirst for the hate for Diddy. Y'all was mad because Diddy didn't fuck you. You're mad because Diddy didn't take you to Turks and Caicos for Christmas. You're mad because you didn't get the Chanel bags. You're mad. You're mad because you didn't get the TV shows. Huh? Huh? Y'all mad because Young Miami? Listen, Diddy. I'm gonna tell you now, Diddy. Don't go back to Young Miami. Leave the young chicks alone. Go find you a real woman. Go settle the fuck down, Diddy. She could be in her motherfucking mid-30s, 40s. Leave these 27-year-old girls alone, bro. You see where this shit got you. Go find you a power broker executive. Bitch got money, bro. She not worrying about your fucking bread, bro. And she can still be a motherfucking freak. She might not do your fucking freak off. She might give you a female every now and then. She might let you go knock one down every now and then, but she ain't gonna be doing none of that other shit that you were finna. You got to let that shit go, homie. Let that shit go and have your lawyers come back and get that motherfucking Mann Act charge off of you. They ain't gonna give you no 20 years. Yeah, that's what they want. See, the Mann Act charge, you can get up to 20, but it's really up to 10. So don't even worry about that twin. Don't even worry about that 20. No 20. Hell no. No 20. Listen. Let me tell you. If Diddy was going to get 20 years, he would have got it under the RICO Act, the first one. The one that really would have buried him. The first two, whatever, they would have buried him. See, the Mann Act is the lowest. It's the lowest under the RICO. It's the lowest. The lowest. If the government had you had you on RICO, you will want the Mann Act charge. You won't want the other charges. You will want the Mann Act charge because that's the lowest. You know you're gonna get a date to get the fuck out. But see, for you to get 20 years under the Mann Act, you know what I'm saying? You had to have a little criminal record, all this other little bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Woody woo woo enterprise. But Diddy didn't really have none of that. It was just Diddy. So how can you give 20 years for the Mann Act when it's just him? It doesn't make sense. So I believe Diddy's not even gonna do no time. I believe he's gonna do no time. Because I believe his lawyers are going to come back and fight that fucking Mann Act charge. I believe Diddy is going to have no time. I believe Diddy's not going to serve not another motherfucking day in prison. Yeah, I said it. And we're going to cover it live. I'm stepping out there. I'm jumping off the porch. S.L.R is saying that Diddy will not serve now another motherfucking day in jail or in federal prison. Once he gets released on bond, it doesn't matter. With his lawyers, his money, he can go add more lawyers on to fight this shit to get the Mann Act off him. Diddy's not doing he's not taking a motherfucking chance with him, giving him 20 years, 10 or 5 years. Now, fuck that. When I come back to motherfucking court, that shit gonna be dropped because we're gonna have all the evidence. And listen, Diddy, listen to S.L.R. Holla at me. Let me get that interview. Put me on your team. Yeah, we'll get you right. Me and my team, we'll get you right. Let me give you a little advice, Diddy. Let me give you a little advice. With you having the best lawyers, go get you the best investigator team. See, if you'd have had them private investigators, you wouldn't have worried about this. Let me tell you this. When they're trying to bring the president down or something like that, they're just not gonna come with you with lawyers. They're gonna get the best private investigators. See, that's what you need to do, Diddy. Go hire the best in private investigators. Come back with that work and get the motherfucking charges dropped. That's what you need to do, Diddy. That's what you should have did and not even had this case even go this motherfucking far. But see, now that's for me to tell you. Put me on the team. Put me on the team. You think I'm gonna have the best lawyers and not have the best private investigating team? How you think the motherfucking NFL rule the roost? How you think the NFL do what the fuck they do? How you think the NFL find anything they want on any player? Tell me that. Tell me that. Tell me that. If the NFL want to know anything about your motherfucking ass right now, I guarantee you they're going to put their private investigators on you, and they will get a boatload of information on you on the next day. Them motherfuckers tell you digging in your nose, wiping in your ass. They tell you what you were doing, what you eating, what you fucking did, and shit, and that, everything. Like, come on. Yeah. We know. Diddy ain't doing no time. No time. He gonna be a free man. He's going home today. Find this I find this crybaby. He was so emotional, crying over this nigga. I'm like, hold up. I had it too. You know, I gotta pull up. Gotta pull up. You know what we doing today. We running through it. We running through it. Well, yeah. Let's hear. We about to listen to a little bit of Diddy biggest hater. I mean, it is crying, yo. I promise you. I think Diddy told her no or something. Diddy had to turn her down or something. I know he had to. I'm telling you, Diddy had to, cause yo, Shorty wanted this dude under the jail. Hold on.
I listened to that and I just thought, the guy's a D-bag, and you can leave him. You came into the relationship with a life, you took on the lifestyle, and you easily could have left. You know, yeah, you'd lose the fancy apartment and all the things that you got as a bonus by being with Diddy. But this wasn't the kind of situation where Cassie felt if she left, he'd come after her. He'd send his staff after her. He'd send his security agents after her. That Diddy would come after her and beat her senseless if she did just the least, tiniest thing that didn't involve him or was out of his control. I'm not getting that sense with Jane, and I want to be real clear. in order to establish that this is coercion or sex trafficking, you have to say, I don't want to cross that state line. I don't want to go to Turks and Caicos. Get on the damn plane, girl. Now you're talking coercion. Now you're talking she didn't have a choice. I felt like she had a choice in all of this. She just really liked the fancy money and the life.
Well, and she also liked him. That's what I thought would have been different, because she came a little bit different versus like, oh, he did all these bad things to me. She came like, I loved him. I wanted to be with him. He's a great guy. He was an amazing guy. He was affectionate. He had an alluring personality. All I wanted was him, but he didn't just want it to be me and him. He wanted me with all these other things. And when I didn't want to do that, then he would hold the money over my head. So I don't feel like she ever did not want to be there. She actually said she enjoyed it when it was him and her.
Yeah. I keep going back to the time I dated a-holes, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I do not like them. I am out of here. I'm going to get my own life. And so I tell you what, I am waiting. And you tell me if you think this is where the government's going. I am waiting to find out if he started to get violent with her. Because then all bets are off, right? Now everything changes. Now there's violence, threat, coercion, control. You can't just say it's controlling because he's like, I don't want you if you're not going to live my kinky lifestyle. I'm not going to pay for your apartment. That's not coercion to me. But do you think that's coming? Do you think that they're headed towards some testimony from this witness, Jane, who might say the beatings started?
I feel like that's what we're expecting. But let me ask you, with your expertise, do you think that we could have kind of now been violenced out, and maybe if she comes in a place where I really liked him and I really wanted to be with him, but he still was looming the money over me, and I have my receipts, I have the text messages where I didn't want to have all this sex, because, you know, her testimony doesn't sound that far off from Cassie's. It's just not the abuse, but he's still manipulating her and kind of gaslighting her in a way. So I think that, you know, it might be a little bit more refreshing to say, okay, everybody's not getting up here claiming that they're being beat, because a lot of people saying they're getting beat, they're not really coming out to be truthful witnesses, from Mia to Bana. So
certain aspects, and you're right, that's what the defense says. They chip away things when you say, I don't remember, I can't remember, whatever. But I'll tell you this, when I was listening to everything that Jane was laying out, it sounded to me like a divorce hearing for a settlement. It didn't sound to me like racketeering. And I also didn't get the impression that Jane was an employee. Okay, he's handing her gifts and money. My husband gives me a nice watch every so often too. I'm not on his payroll. I'm not his employee. So I got a very different sense, but I sort of feel like if she starts testifying about how things, you know, they started with the love bombing and then turned to the beat bombing, then that will change the metric. Let me ask you something else, though. What about the jurors? Because I know that you've watched them on occasion. Today, one of our staff members said there's one juror in particular who was like smirking every time Diddy's lawyers make a good point and, you know, dress down one of the government witnesses. And then today, that juror was like beaming when this whole, you know, Bana Bangalan, you know, was caught in what looked like a lie because her dates didn't line up with the abuse that she said, you know, was exacted upon her on the balcony, being dangled. What's your impression of how this jury's reacting?
Okay, so for me, like, I was in the overflow today, but I think that, but everybody, you know, for the most part, was like kind of gagging a little bit, because when Westmoreland gets on that stand, or when Brian Steele gets on that stand, they put on a performance jacket like none other. So I don't know if the juror smiling was more about a nod to Diddy versus it was like, hey, she's really grilling her and this girl is sitting up there stuck, because it was like, Bonham was over there looking like she had seen a ghost with those lies. And then she was like, she asked her, she said, a person can't be at one place, two places at the same time. And then Bonham goes, I guess that's right, by theory. And everybody cracks up because it's like, yeah, girl, you're kind of caught in this lie right now. So I think it's more of a lighthearted thing versus like, oh, I'm rocking with Diddy, because Bonham was sitting up there like a deer in headlights, and then she was stumbling over herself, and Westmoreland was really grilling her. However, I do think that this will boil down to what men think versus how women see things. And I think that's going to be the issue with the jurors, because I'm hearing a lot of men are not really thinking Diddy did anything wrong, or at least it's not being proven. Whereas women are a little bit more emotionally charged. So all they have to do is see the domestic violence video and they've made their decision.
Yeah, and listen, jurors might just hate him for that and say, I don't even care whether he's a racketeer. I don't like him. I want him going to jail just for that. And sometimes that happens. It's not right, but sometimes it happens. Armin, will you please come back to this show?
Yes. Will you please have me back for sure?
Absolutely. I want to have you on my podcast too. I think your insights are really good on this trial, and I've enjoyed listening to you as well. Also on TMZ. So Armin Wiggins, thank you so much.
about to listen to one of the biggest haters. I mean, she hated on Diddy. She hated on Diddy so bad. You could have thought you could have thought that Diddy dumped her or some bullshit was going on. Listen to this shit. Let's go.
There has been Judgment Day, and the jury has found Sean Diddy Combs not guilty. We're going to talk about what this means. We're going to talk about what happened. We're going to talk about what the government said, and we're going to talk about the way I feel that jury has failed us. I feel like the jury failed us. I feel like we stepped back 20 years. I feel like they sent a message about what they care about: celebrity, money, power, influence, flunkies. I feel like this is a travesty, okay? I know that there are a lot of Diddy supporters that are celebrating, but they're not even celebrating for Diddy. They're celebrating that wealth, that depravity, that violence could live another day. They're celebrating that they're idle, that in their beds while they sit there and wonder why their lives turned out, that they're idle, someone they hope for, they aspire to be. Someone that as he gets not guilty, he's not even going to say two words to these people. They are celebrating the fact that the man, the myth, the legend, someone that they looked up to, that their idol was set free. You guys, let's get into this. First of all, I do want to say I feel for all the victims that came forward, and I feel for
Diddy
all
ain't
the
getting
victims
20.
that
Ain't no
actually
way.
came forward and testified, that put their lives, that shared the most.
Yeah, Diddy ain't getting 20 years, but this chick right here, oh, she want him under the jail. She want the life. She want to hit him with the motherfucking lethal injection. I promise you. I think Diddy didn't fuck her. I think she mad because she didn't go to Turks and Caicos. She wasn't on the yachts. She didn't get a she, she didn't get a TV show. Yeah, I believe Diddy turned her down. I believe she was really trying to holler at Diddy. Diddy turned her down. Diddy said, your eyes ain't chinky enough. You know, I like them Asian girls that look like they mixed with Italian or black or something. You know what I'm saying? She got hot. And ever since then she went to Nancy Grace. Yeah, and they've been doubling on them. Listen to this. Listen to her. She hot. She mad. She wanted Diddy under the jail.
Humiliating parts of their life to be picked apart, to be mocked, to be laughed at. In the closing arguments, while the jury was sitting there giggling, while Mark Agnifilo was saying Cassie's gangster and she could take 2 or 3 people, and my heart goes out to the victims that actually came forward, and my heart goes out to the few.
You hear this whole fucking hoe? You hear this out there floozy, still woozy? My heart goes out to the victims. Them motherfuckers lie. What heart? So you a liar too. I told you she acting like a victim. She acting like Diddy did her wrong. So she would have went on the stand and lied too. So how can you believe this chick? How can you believe her when she taking up for the ones that who lied? Come on, let's listen to a little more of this bullshit she hollering about. I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for chicks like this. I don't feel bad. I don't. I don't feel bad at all. Bitch, I'm glad you motherfucker. I'm glad you hurt. I'm glad you motherfucking hurt. The fuck? Keep crying, ho.
Victims that saw what happened, that saw what money and power bought, and my heart goes out to those people that put themselves on the line only to get this. People are cheering for someone they didn't even know. People are cheering at the fact that someone that they would never let their daughter, their sister, their mother, their father, their brother, their friend be treated like that. But again, it is what it is. The prosecution is saying they are going to go for the maximum sentence, which carries 20 years. The judge is charged with sentencing. There's a chance that he could be out on probation. Now, I'm going to take you into the courtroom. What happened, of course, is listen, looking back. So I know what you guys are thinking. What happened? Because I am in shock. You found the prostitution, but that's because there was no way you could get around it. You found the prosecution.
You hear this? Do you hear? they're going for the max. They're going for the max. They're going for 20 years. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck did I just say? I just said when Diddy do the Diddy bop up out of this motherfucker later on the day, when he comes back and do the Diddy bop up in court, he's gonna be leaving right back out doing the Diddy bop, and your ass gonna be right back on your channel crying again. Go jump your ass off a 14 balcony. That's what the fuck you gonna do. Matter of fact, make your fans only. Cause I mean, you ain't you I mean, you're not ugly. I mean, you're not ugly now. Don't make a mistake now. You're not. But but your attitude, I don't like it. I don't like it. You must don't like men or something. Somebody must have did you wrong, shorty. Somebody must have did you wrong. You must have been prostitute out. I'm talking about the real prostitute. I ain't talking about Cassie, because Cassie wasn't prostituted out. She was just a slutty. Yeah, I said it, Cassie's a slutty. She's a slutty buddy. She was a slut. Lying. Gonna take Diddy money, then you gonna go back and lie. The fuck out of here. I hope Diddy double back and motherfucking sue your stupid ass, Cassie. Cause you deserve it. You deserve it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get back. Let's get back. Let's get back to Crybaby. Let's get back to Crybaby Tessa Tales.
You found the prostitution because there was no way to get around it. But for everything else, the arson, the kidnapping, the beatings, you found that this man wasn't guilty. This puts everything else in the holdouts. The holdouts, they were the ones fighting the good fight. They were the ones that said, no, I think he's guilty of something. But at the end, they went with the group. What is it said? A jury of between 40-year-olds and 71-year-olds, and they came back and they delivered their view of the world. But when you look at it, their view of the world is why the world looks like it is. It's why the world looks like it does. It's why these monsters can still move forward. They literally use their better judgment to come back and ignore what we have learned about victims of SA, about ask yourself why sex trafficking has not been eradicated. This is the reason why. Ask yourself why victims don't come forward, and ask yourself, right? I think that much like you, the jury had very ignorant, acted ignorantly, and had their good. No, I'm saying the way you came up on me is ignorant. Well, baby, here I am. I think I'm on live right now. Okay, worry about your little channel, sweetie. What's that? Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby. He's going for 20. Anyway, right? Anyway, here we go, right? As we go, right? As we go. Hey, what's up, right? People acting like I'm the prosecution, but baby, they can bring the smoke if they want. They act like I'm the prosecution. So anyway, you guys, listen. What does it say? Do you see the things that I actually just put up with? These people are crazy. This man literally came up because this man literally came up and tried to cause a scene because his idol, someone he's never met or known. Again, the level of ignorance that is in Diddy supporters, the fact that they're saying I lied on Diddy by reading court documents, I lied on Diddy by what was going on, I lied on Diddy. This is the supporters they have, and this is the world that we live in.
I'm done with this hoe. I'm done with it. I'm done. She lied on Diddy. She lied on Diddy. Stop fucking playing. You lied on Diddy. You was out here reading the motherfucking court documents. What's the charges? Huh? He found not guilty. So that means they lied on Diddy. That means you was out there reporting the same shit that they was reporting on Diddy. And so you lied. You went on your channel and you lied on Diddy. And now you want to sit here talking about, oh, these Diddy haters. They just act just like him. See, this is what the world comes to. Nah, bitch. This is what the world comes to. People like you. need to eradicate your stupid motherfucking ass. Take your motherfucking ass to the Me Too movement state some motherfucking where. Acting like somebody done did your stupid ass wrong. Now, listen, now, I'm gonna tell you, ain't no dude gonna fuck with you now. Ain't no dude gonna fuck with you. How can they fuck with a chick like you? Huh? Huh? This chick can wake up anytime. You can say, "Oh, he raped me. He raped me." Wait, why? Why? Because he was snoring or some shit, and you don't like it, so you gonna wake up and say, "Oh, he raped me." Get the fuck out of here, Tessa Tails from the crib, all that crying and shit, doing all that dumb ass shit. Nah, you was acting like a motherfucking prosecutor. I just played what the fuck you were saying. You still talking like a prosecutor. Why are you so mad? Because Diddy is going home. And you know he getting probation. You know he ain't gonna do no 20 years. Fuck. Hell, what the fuck, bro? Oh, she hot, boy. She mad. Ridiculous. Man, for no. Stop it. Mm. Glad. I'm glad. Ooh, I am glad. Now you know I'm trying to find. Let me go find her because I know she got to be on here. Some motherfucking well. Hold on. You know I'm on it. I am on it. See.
Need a free phone?
You know I'm trying to find all the dirt. You're a goddamn hater, bro. You know what I mean? Sitting on that motherfucker crying and shit. She cried. Why are you crying for? Could have It's mad, bro. I mean, crying. He's a monster. He's a monster. He's a monster. This motherfucker crying and shit like I'm on here. Let's see her mommy on here. You know I'm about to find her. And when when she probably so mad, she probably so mad. She probably on that what's that Brian Colbert shit. Yeah, I'm waiting on Nancy Grace. I'm waiting on that bitch. I'm waiting on her. Where your Tootsie Rolls at, ho? She gonna post. She gonna post some shit talking about ho. We need to see. We need to see you talk. We need to see you talk. Nah, we trying to goddamn. And we trying to tweet nothing, ho. We want to see you talk. I don't want to hear y'all. I don't want to hear no shit about no goddamn crime alert. Talking about someone took a payout. Oh, here's another talk about my eyes are full of tears. This hurts so much to all the victims and the survivors. Please don't give up. Yeah. Oh shit. They motherfuckers, boy, they acting like Diddy done sexual something the world. There's one talking about I'm so enraged by this disgusting a lack of justice for victims. Oh my goodness. These jurors didn't do their job properly. Grave injustice. Diddy obviously has powerful friends. I'm so disgusted with this verdict. This is what happens when you have money. Money buys everything. Why do people talk bad about money when black people have money? I never understood that. Why is it evil when we have money? When white people, other minority races have money, they do the same thing. What's the use of having money if you can't spend it and use it? So I'm evil because I got money and I like to spend money. I'm evil? How? So if I'm broke, I'm not evil. But if I got money, I'm evil. What kind of shit is this, man? Well, damn. I mean, money. Listen, money is not racist. Money don't know no color. Money don't know no color. The only ones that who's racist are people or jealous people because they don't have money. Yeah, same ones that go out there and cheat on their wives, same ones that go out there and cheat on their husbands if they had money. So what the fuck is you talking about? The juries care more about the 4-day weekend than justice. You know damn well the jurors was on his side. Diddy just one sick bastard. He's only going to keep doing the same shit he did. There was no justice today. Just crazy. He was guilty on 4 charges, but they threw out the case. Someone took a payout. His public display of prayers convinced people he's a religious leader. Crying for the victims. What victims? It was only 2, Cassie and Jane Doe. What victims? Matter of fact, where's the victim? That's supposed to have been like 30, 40, 50 victims. Where the victims at? Where they at? I mean, where's the injustice? Where is the victims? Hell, I want to know. Shit. Got me asking where the victims at. We're talking about egregious. Shame on them. They did not do their job. All they was worried about was the holiday weekend and being home for it. Here's some more hate. I hope the judge give him the max sentence. Such a big case like this, and they came to the decision in 13 hours, and they only found him guilty of 2 accounts, and all they need to be investigated was the prosecution team need to be looking into. No, prosecution team need looking at too. Oh my goodness. He got away with his crimes. Jury was paid off. Money, power of the money. Of course, he's not guilty. Jury doesn't want to end up like Kim Porter. I'm disgusted at this. At least he will never be looked at the same way again by most people. A lot of people won't touch him with a 10-foot pole now. He essentially ruined for the most future endeavors. I hope the judge give him the max sentence. God damn the hate. God damn. Bunch of people wanting to go home for the holiday weekends to release a monster. Results now, freakouts in your country will be coming the norm. Unbelievable. I hope the judge give him 20. God damn. Another sad day for women in America. Shit, they'll be sucking and fucking still. This is a sad day in history, especially for the victim. What victims? There's only 2. This is unbelievable. It proves have nothing. Proves have lots of money and celebrity. They're above the laws like O.J. Simpson. Wow. Universe came for O.J. that would come from Diddy, BK, and BM. I'd be under the jail with life if it was. What did he say? He said I'd be under the jail with life if it was me or average American. There are clearly 2 seats of people here, us and them, and all the reasons to rely on Jesus. God damn. Oh my goodness. What is the government going to celebrities by giving Diddy a child puppy party? Too many people are not worrying disbelief at the jury. Comey daughter saw it to it fixed from the get-go. What the fuck? Looks at this. Black billionaires pay off so bad. Oh man, black people can't have money. Black people can't be rich. Damn, they gotta be poor. What the fuck? They what they say? There was pay money. Okay. Can the state go after him? No. I'm still stunned, Kohlberger, and now this is just not. It's just so unfair for these family and victims. How you stun, you son of a bitch? Kohlberger admitted to killing. Kohlberger never get the fuck out. What the fuck is you talking about? Brian Kohlberger admitted to the killings in Idaho. He will never get out. Stop with this bullshit. What the fuck is you stunned about? Oh fuck. How can they be so blind? Or was the money bills being pocketed? Shut up. I'm surprised. I'm surprised the jurors saw the tape of the hotel soap and still voted not guilty. That's what you thought. Because, see, the government thought that all they had to do was just show that hotel video and that was going to be it because that's all they had. They had no victims. They had no 49, no 50 victims. So they had to keep showing that motherfucking tape. And the jury caught on to their bullshit. Unbelievable. Back to where if you was a victim of sexual assault, you would just keep your mouth shut, far from justice. If this was a part of the poor, he would rot in prison. Ah, shut up. What a sad day it's about sex assault. Sorry, everyone. Suck a big one. Oh man, I be reading forever. I'll be reading this shit forever. Damn. I know, Nancy Grace. You need to come on out and say something, ho. Yeah, so now say something. We waiting on you. You waiting on as soon as I can find you. Look, you got test and tell all in your timeline. Yeah. Oh, before I get off here, let me get on 50 Cent. Let me get on 50. Another big hater. Another big hater. Let me get on 50 Cent. Let me get on 50 Cent. Look at you now, 50. Look at you now. Huh? Huh? You a Diddy hater too. You acting like the prosecutor too. What you gotta say now, 50? Now you looking stupid. What you gonna do? You gonna try to come up with some fluky shit to put the feds back on Diddy or some shit? You a hater, bro. This makes you look bad too, 50 Cent. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you either. You a big hater. You think anybody that support Poke gonna fuck with you now but a big ass hater? You mad because your baby mama couldn't make motherfucking decisions. You mad because your baby mama had to do what the fuck she had to do because your cheapskate ass wouldn't want to fund her lifestyle. But you gonna have the nerves to have your son still staying there with her though. But you only want to pay her $3,500 a month. Huh? Let's be real, 50. This is a big win for. Matter of fact, Diddy done you in, 50. It's over for you. Diddy done won the fight. Stop talking about Diddy, bro. Diddy done won the fight. Listen, Diddy done did everything to your baby mom. Flipped her upside down. Flipped her upside down. Turn her inside out, nigga. And still beat the charges. Now what, 50? Now what? Be a motherfucking man and man up and pay $10,000 or better. So she ain't gotta be going around getting flipped up upside down, motherfucker. You ain't even got custody of your son. Your son was still staying with her while she was getting flipped up upside and down. You look stupid, 50. Yeah. G, you not. You a fucking clown, bro. You a fucking clown. Ain't none of these hoes gonna fuck with you, 50. They don't give a fuck about your money and your fucking TV shows. You a fucking clown. That's all what you are. You probably sit in the back and jack your fucking dick. You a clown. A fucking cheapskate. You the reason why your baby mama had to testify against Diddy. You 50. You're a fucking clown, bro. I don't even listen. I'm not listening to your music. I'm not watching none of your fucking shows or none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about you. You're a clown. The way you hated on Diddy, I don't respect that shit, bro. The way you try to persuade the case through social media, you gonna try to talk shit to his lawyer because his lawyer called you out for being a fucking cheapskate baby daddy. Maybe if her baby daddy will pony up $10,000 or better in child support, she wouldn't be out this motherfucker doing OnlyFans, flipping upside down, doing freak offs with your son still staying with her. A fucking clown, bro. Straight up. Straight up. You're a clown, bro. You're a clown. You can't walk around these streets. You can't walk around these streets and say nothing about. You can't walk around here and say nothing about Diddy, bro. That shit is over with. That shit over with, bro. Diddy won. Diddy done defeated you. He done beat you. He beat you at your own game, bro. They waiting on Diddy to leave out. Everybody out there on the streets waiting on Diddy to leave. He's coming home. Motherfucking big haters, bro. Big haters. My shit at. Hold on. That. Diddy most definitely will be going home today. That's for sure. That's guaranteed. That's not damn guaranteed for sure. That's guaranteed for sure. Diddy will be going home today. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We in the motherfucking building. We in the building. We on verdict watch. We waiting on Diddy to walk out. We waiting on Diddy to do the Diddy bop. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. And it's bad boy for life. Yeah, where we at? Yeah, what did he say? Don't worry about I write rhymes. I write checks. Tell him again, Diddy. Don't worry about if I write rhymes. I write checks. Yeah. Everyone say he raped kids. I'm like, where's the proof? That's why Diddy about to do the Diddy bop up out of here because of shit like that. Because of shit like that. Listen, the feds did their own self and can't nobody get mad at themselves but the feds. The feds. The feds did their own self in. Sorry. They did their own self in. They try to, they try to, they try to what they try to do. They try to assassinate Diddy through the public to buy them time to get their case solid to really convict Diddy, and it didn't happen. They didn't happen because they didn't have no witnesses. They lied and lied. 40, 50 witnesses never bought them up. They only relied on Cassie and Jane Doe. Bought a bunch of witnesses, bought a bunch of people to testify who lied. That's crazy. Couldn't get nobody to testify against Diddy to make the RICO Act solid. I mean, they try to get Diddy by Diddy just giving Cassie some drugs. Like me, my girlfriend, or me and my wife or some shit. You know, baby, you wanna hit the blunt? You wanna hit the pill? And that's drug distribution. As soon as she get mad at me. Man, what the fuck? I mean, come on, man. That shit, man. Man, ain't nobody gonna buy that bullshit, man. Like I said, the feds did their own self in. Not their own self in the foot. Diddy beat the feds. So it's now being proven that you can't beat the feds. Beat the feds now. You beat the feds now. It can be proven now. It can be proven. Yes, sir. Wasted all that taxpayer money. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. It is bad boy for life. What y'all call him? What y'all call him? The diddler. The diddler's coming home. The diddler's coming home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The diddler's going home. Let me find out the Lakers are trying to get rid of LeBron. Let me find out the Lakers is encouraging LeBron to shop himself around. Let me find out. Let me find out. I always say the Lakers. Listen, if LeBron, I always said, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If LeBron wants to win another ring, if he wants to win another ring, well, I was gonna say he go to New York, but New York's not fucking with LeBron. They're not fucking with LeBron. I don't think LeBron even go to New York. LeBron's gonna go play with Steph. He's going right up the street. He's going to play with Golden State. He's going to play with Steph. Remember, LeBron James always say he want to play with Steph Curry. Yeah, so I guess the Lakers trying to get rid of him, move him around. Question: what happened to Jay-Z? Jay-Z out too? Yeah, Jay-Z's out. Yeah. Listen, listen. Yeah, everybody, the whole gang gonna get back together. The whole gang is gonna get back together. Yes, yes. It's a celebration. It's gonna be a celebration. Yeah. Oh yeah. Khaled, Rick Ross, Jay-Z. We ain't fucking with Mika. We ain't fucking with Mika. We ain't fucking with Mika. Nah, Mika Mills. Don't be trying to get back in the circle. Nah. Nah. Only the real ones. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Diddy gotta make some music. Oh yeah, Diddy gotta make some music. Diddy gotta drop that album Love Too. Yeah. Drop that album Love Too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Diddy's gonna drop a new album. Oh yeah. It's coming for sure. Oh yeah. Love Part 2. Oh yeah. It's coming. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. New single coming. New single coming with Drake too. Diddy gonna do some music with Drake. New music coming. He gonna do some music with Kendrick. New music coming. Yeah. Diddy say he's gonna end the beef between Drake and Kendrick. Yeah. New music. Diddy. Diddy. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the 3 dots at the top. The 3 dots at the top. Smash the likes. We in the building. He's going home. Yeah. 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 Drake too. Yeah. Yeah. Listen. Listen. Diddy gonna drop the best album he ever dropped. He gonna have them all on there. Mace. He gonna have Mace on there. Lil Kim, Drake, Rick Ross, Khaled. Yeah, he gonna have them all on there. He gonna have G Def. Yeah. Loon. Yeah, but this album gonna go crazy. Executive produced by S.L.R. Yeah, I'm gonna executive produce this. Yeah, we're gonna make this the biggest album ever. Trying to tell you, Love 2. Before we drop Love 2, we're gonna drop the Revenge remix. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Yes. Yes, the mixtape gonna go crazy. I'm trying to tell you. 2026. Yeah. It's our year. Bad Boy Won't Stop. Take that. Yep, Diddy's bringing back everyone. You damn right, Diddy bringing back everyone. Diddy gonna show big love. Yeah, everybody. Can't wait. Can't wait. Bad Boy. Yeah. Yeah. The Diddler. The Diddler. Yeah. Free Diddy. I tell you. Yeah, yeah. Great haters. Let's let's hear another one. Let's hear another hater. Let's hear another one. Hold on.
Everything. The biggest charge that Diddy is facing. Major breaking update on the Diddy trial, and this could change everything. The biggest charge that Diddy is facing is that RICO. That's racketeering. That's organized crime, and that could carry life in federal prison. Jury is currently in deliberation, which means that they're in the back room currently deciding what they believe he's guilty and not guilty of. But they just sent a note to the judge asking the judge to clarify whether or not if somebody asked Diddy for drugs and he handed it to him, if that qualifies as drug distribution, to which the judge replied, yeah. To qualify for RICO, the prosecution only had to prove 2 criminal acts. Well, it looks like they got Diddy on the drug distribution as far as the jury is concerned. The prosecution has more than proved that Diddy was having people transported across state lines for the purposes of prostitution. Since the jury asked that question and the judge answered, Diddy's defense team is losing their shit. They know what is about to happen. It's looking really likely that Diddy is going to catch that interstate prostitution, the RICO, and to catch that sex trafficking charge, all they really have to prove is that Diddy was using coercion, i.e. that video of him beating and dragging Cassie back to the hotel room to do a freak off to get that sex trafficking charge as well. Major breaking update.
That's crazy. See that? See that? You see how they just try to kill Diddy? Major breaking news. Diddy gonna be found again. You see how he yeah, just knew. Just knew Diddy was gonna be. Listen, I'm loving this. I'm loving, especially the ones that was making all that content just knew Diddy. They just reading off everything TMZ said. TMZ said, then they go right on there act like that, like TMZ. I'm glad. I am so glad. Yeah. Yo, that girl was so mad. Yeah, she was hot. She was hot. Oh yeah, she was steaming hot. Them hoes mad. Tessa Tails hot. Nancy Grace hot. They mad crying. What the fuck you crying for? He's a monster. Sound like you mad. You sound like you mad because Diddy didn't have you in freak offs. You wasn't living that lifestyle. You didn't want to be a content creator. You just wanted to follow Diddy around. You wanted to suck dick. You wanted to fuck. You wanted to do all the shit that Young Miami New was doing. He didn't like the way you look. Now you're mad. You're mad. You're a motherfucking hater. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, sir. Let's go, Diddy. Diddy won't be getting no time. Time served. Probation. Yep. Yep. It's over with. The case is over. It's over. It's over. We still gonna talk about it though. Still gonna talk about it. Shit. We most definitely. This is the channel to most definitely tap in for all the Diddy drama. And until the case is over, shut and done, we'll be done with it too. Oh yeah. Free Diddy. Yeah. Diddy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So funny when she got heated. Yeah, she was big mad. I mean, god damn. I mean, uncontrollable, man. Like, chill, baby girl. Big mad, ain't you? Ah! It is bad boy for life. What? Great day. It's a beautiful day. What can I? Let me see. Let me see what else going on. See what else going on. See any more Diddy news going on? How long I've been on here? 2 hours. Been on here 2 hours and 38. Yeah. Oh, they got this motherfucker the Punisher on here. You got the one that freak out workers on here. What kind of shit is this?
I'm doing the freak offs with you, but why is Young Miami always posting pictures with you and on the jet in Turks and on the yacht? It was jealousy. They were looking at it to say, I'm doing the shit, but I'm not getting the benefits. It's jealousy. These girls were jealous of another woman. They were jealous of other people's position. Yeah, but they were upset about it though. They were upset about it. Gina tested, not Gina. I mean Daphne Joy, 50 baby mom testified to it. If you promise you gonna bring me the Turks and you went there with her. I'm gonna be real. I came front, bro. When I slept
separated, I was going to the Diddy life as far as I'm just gonna move around how I move around with who I want to move around with.
How many freak offs did you do?
Oh, I didn't do nothing. What I'm saying is, I was never gonna settle down again. Because I've been in the box for 30 years. You get what I'm saying?
True. Okay.
You know, I was living a married life as a child, 14 to 44. I wasn't like, when I was 14, I wasn't at the house, bro. I was in the streets, had my own spot, paying $9.50 for rent and fucking with niggas. Of course, in the condo. I was buying school clothes for my woman, and you get what I'm saying? So I went from 14 to 44, so I wasn't gonna ever settle down once I broke loose, but I found a fucking full deck of cards. Yeah, that's why I was telling you.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's what it is. Yep. So let's say you're on Verdict Watch. Anything else new comes in, we most definitely will cover it. Diddy walks out, we most definitely will. We most definitely will be on it. We most definitely give y'all give y'all the input of what I think about it. But as clearly you see, Diddy's not guilty. He's being not guilty. They had no case against him, and I was very, very confident in that, and that was proven right. So sentencing, probation, he won't be doing no jail time, man. That's just gonna be it. It's gonna be it is what it is about that. But most definitely, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share, comment button. Make sure you go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. You know what to do over here. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over here. We on the road of where we at? 4,000. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Let's get us to 4,000. Let's get this channel to 4,000 subscribers. Make sure you watch the video. Make sure you watch the content. I got so much content on this channel, on both of my channels. Got enough content for you to watch, binge watch, vacation off with. Watch the content, enjoy it, like it, share it. Yo, I'm trying to build one of the biggest YouTube channels out here. So I can't do it all on my own. I need the power of the people, my subscribers, my fans to help build this channel to make it one of the best YouTube channels in the game. Say again, the Cash App is open. $, all caps, SRED 40. Continue to support the channel. Continue to support the movement. Verdict, Diddy watch. Diddy's found not guilty. And he will be leaving soon. That's why everybody's still out there waiting, because they know Diddy will be walking out soon. Diddy will be walking out that courthouse by 3:00. Guaranteed. You will see Diddy walking out that courthouse at 3:00, giving his kisses and praises. And you know what I'm saying? Love, 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 love. For sure. Diddy's found not guilty on the main charges. The other two, bullshit. He'll fight that. And he'll have them charges knocked off eventually. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, support the channel. I'm out. Free Diddy. He's out. I may go live. Probably, matter of fact, I might go back live later on. I may go live. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back live later on. Because, you know, I want to go back once it settles. So I can drop more content. But for now, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just waiting on Diddy to just leave, walk the fuck out. So I pretty much know what that is. But most definitely will be coming back later on, and with the content with the losers. I want to hear what the losers, the Diddy haters, are talking about now, because a lot of them switching up. They switching their motherfucking tune. Don't switch up now. Keep it real. Keep it real. I told y'all. That's why you come to this channel. Because I'm not only I'm gonna give you the realness, facts, and the truthness, but we're gonna make sure we stand on our shit. For sure. We're gonna make sure we stand on it. Just like we were standing on it, not guilty all the way through. Yeah, for sure. He deserves it. They try to take this man, that try to lock this man up for the rest of his life on a whole bunch of lies. And that's wrong. That's wrong. It's wrong. You knew you didn't have a case. You knew you didn't have it. You should have never took it. It's only made you look worse now. Now it's really been proven. Diddy's just one of the rare ones now that beat the feds. It can happen. It can happen. I can't wait for motherfucking Nancy Grace. Oh yeah. Bring your motherfucking Tootsie Rolls out now, Nancy Grace. I already done got on your homegirl Tessa Tails. Already done got on her. She crying. She hurt. I think she was in love with Diddy. Ain't no motherfucking way you that hurt over the verdict. You that touched. The hell out of here. Hell no. Yeah, I'm waiting on Nancy Grace. Oh, what? Oh my, what? Man, I better have me some Nancy Grace content. And look, Nancy Grace, you got to start speaking. Give me some content. Don't be quiet now. I don't have nothing to say. I'm working on Brian Kohlberger. No, the fuck you ain't. Nah, bitch, you had a lot to say. We need to hear from you, Nancy Grace. We need to hear from you. S.L.R in the community wants to hear from you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yo, big mouth. Oh yeah, you Tootsie Roll twisted motherfucker. Oh yeah, bring them bag of Tootsie Rolls out too. Oh yeah, cause you gotta eat one. Oh, bitch, you gotta eat one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace, you got 24 hours. You got 24 hours, Nancy Grace. We putting that motherfucking pressure on you. You got 24 hours, ho. You got 24 hours to respond. I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing. You got 24 hours to respond, Nancy. We're looking for you. We're looking for you. Oh yeah. Bring your motherfucking ass out. We already done vanquished Tessa Tails. We done vanquished your homegirl. We done heard her crying crying about Diddy. I think she was in love with Diddy. Oh yeah. Who the fuck? Why are you crying over this nigga for? Like, is he affecting your life? Is he affecting you? He might be affecting your bills because you can't make no more content off of. You trying to figure out how the fuck you gonna get paid. Nancy Grace don't want you because the trial over with now. What can Nancy Grace do with you? She don't like black people. He was just a stepdaughter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Nancy Grace, you got 24 hours. S.L.R in the community is letting you know you got 24 hours. You got 24 hours. We want to hear a motherfucking statement from you, and we want you to bring them goddamn Tootsie Rolls out. You got 24 hours, and you better bring them goddamn Tootsie Rolls with you. Oh, yeah. Every time you talk, you better put a Tootsie Roll in your mouth. You need to have all that chocolate in your mouth. Oh, yeah. Fill your mouth up full of chocolate. Yeah, Nancy, you got 24 hours. Law and crime, you got 24 hours to apologize. I don't want to hear nothing else. Y'all was against Diddy the whole time, law and crime. Y'all was over here making up motherfucking what ifs. No, there's no guarantee. He's gonna get found on this. Man, yesterday y'all knew he was gonna get found on this. He's gonna get scot law and crime. Y'all got 24 hours. Fox, you got 24 hours. MSN, you got 24 hours. CNN, you got 24 hours. Twitter, you got 24 hours. I better expect a motherfucking apology. I don't want to hear that shit. Hollywood, you got 24 hours to apologize to Diddy. State of New York, you got 24 hours to apologize to Diddy. State of Florida, no, state of New York and Florida and California, you got 24 hours to apologize to Diddy. Yeah. Yeah. 50 Cent, you ain't got no hours. We don't want your motherfucking apology, nigga. We want to abolish you. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna abolish you. We're gonna make sure you so motherfucking irrelevant that you're gonna be known as a dude that hate on black people who got money and success. Yeah. G, you not. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to Diddy. Yes, sir. More money, more problems. Yep. More money, more problems. We know. But you don't worry. Don't worry. That's what we here for. Yeah. To bring that extra money and them problems. All you Diddy haters, you got 24 hours. You got 24 hours for apology. Say, I'm just saying that. 24. 24 hours. All I'm saying. 24. Diddy's taking apologies right now as we speak. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Diddy, not guilty.